This week on the Push Relays podcast, carnivores are eating carbs, the Olympic stories, Chatterbix, and my eye fell out. And 3, 2, 1, we're back.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Damik.
And me, Tom Hall. What's going on, buddy?
I'm all good, mate. Where have we been?
I know
Where have
we
we been?
took we decided to take a summer holiday. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, is that what it's called?
I've literally, I have people in their droves
Vacation, man. Vacations.
have asked me like, "Have you done a podcast?" And then we did record a podcast last week, but it's actually coming out next week because it's so organized. Also because I can't record next week, so that's probably more the reason.
That's it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
The first
Back with season 2. Back with season 2 now.
Season 2, 400 episodes in. Season 2, we decided we should have just So obviously in that record we mentioned it, but I'm in on Chatterbix.
You're in, aren't you? Are you in?
Yeah,
I want to know if Clara's in. I want to know if Clara's What? Right now, let's break this down. Right now, what is it? What is it about it? Because it's not done well. It's not. They're not asking the right questions.
It is a little bit done well because they have post production. Because
Yeah,
then there'll be, but it's funny. It'll be like,
the earlier ones,
can you just put some music in here, please? And then he'll leave that bit in, and then just put music in.
It's almost like comically bad, but that's what makes it so good. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about them, but like they'll just randomly be doing a podcast and go, "Oh, this is shit. Fucking, who's going to listen to this?
What is this?"
And it's just like you find yourself just laughing along to it. I just like. Yeah, I don't know. Have you done the snooker coin toss bit?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? It was so weird. I was walking. We'll talk about Paris, but I was walking around Paris, and I was listening to these two idiots talk about the snooker coin toss world championships. And they were all I could hear in my ears a little bit was like,
crocodile, crocodile, plane, crocodile. It's Top Billings, Stephen Top Billings. Oh, it's just there's something about it. You know, if I would love to use that as an example to coaches. You know, when coaches go, "Oh, what content should I post?" It's like you can do whatever you want, but like the thing that I love about those two is that they are so authentic. Like you can just tell that is who they are. At home with their wives, they are exactly the same. They are just themselves. And I know that sounds bonkers to say, but there's something that's really addictive about this podcast. I can't explain it. I wish I could.
And the fact it is literally almost daily as well. Like obviously it is clearly probably their main source of income, other than like obviously what that other lad is Joe Wilkinson and who? David Earl. Yeah, he obviously does writing, right? And Joe Wilkinson is obviously more TV comedy and other shows and stuff like that. But yeah, it's obviously
they charge £3 a month.
Yeah, for their
Patreon. And I think I remember an episode they said they got about 6,000-7,000 people in it.
Yeah, which is great.
Like, and they do like 3 episodes for free a week. I think they do 1 or 2 on Patreon. I think they do Monday and Friday Patreon, and then do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
On Apple, I think. I'm not subscribed to them yet on the Patreon, but today was the first time that I nearly did because they did the first half of a podcast. Then David just went, "All right, we're stopping that there. The rest of this is gonna be on Patreon," and you're like, "Oh, that's annoying." I was like, "It's fucking £3." I was like, "I should fucking join it, really," but it was it's just weird. So if you don't know, go have a listen to Chatterbix. If you like the two guys, they're the two guys that are in. For those that watch Derek or Afterlife. They are in those 2 series. They are in Derek. David Earl plays Kev, the drunk guy, and then Joe Wilkinson is the guy that plays his brother in Derek when he comes to visit him. And then in Afterlife, David Earl plays the same character in Afterlife, like the Kev kind of like waster, and then Joe Wilkinson plays the postman. And they're in that. They're so good. It's just this really nice, easy listening. You can have it in the background. And you weirdly miss it when it's not there. It's really hard to describe it. I find it really hard to describe it. It's like just listening to two best mates just chatting away. Sort of like this podcast has become, really. We don't really have that much structure anymore. It honestly, like the one today, they turn up and I've got nothing to talk about. Oh, fuck's sake, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about? And he's like, "What's on your mind?" I'll tell you, that's what's on my mind. It's just weird. I can't. Yeah, that's what it is.
I enjoyed
Enjoy.
enjoyed the camping stories. Like Joe goes
Yeah.
camping, and it was just like
There was also
you're
one
like,
where there's also one where
oh,
David Earl goes to Bath, and I just loved it because he was like, I fell in love with the place. I love it. I'm looking for a place to live
yeah.
there. Oh my God, all this. So I thought that was quite funny.
Or I actually listened to when I was on my cycle, I think yesterday, day before. They interviewed the guy who created Park Run as
All
well. I
right.
think that was quite cool. Because Joe Wilkinson is a massive park runner. He like literally
Hmm.
volunteers. He goes every single week. He literally will
Yeah.
go to different park runs, and he it was so like heartwarming. He was like, "Oh my God, you've literally changed my life. Like, I we owe so much to Park Run." It
Yeah.
was so like heartwarming to like hear all these stories about like, yeah, it's just like this place where everybody just gets along and you're there for the same thing and doing a little bit of training and like he was like, yeah, it's fantastic. But yeah, really cool. So stupid, but yeah.
Yeah. It's just
Um,
something about it.
like they do their joke episode as well, um, which
So good,
is
isn't it?
ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd
Ridiculous.
urge anybody to go listen to it. It is fun, and yeah, it's a case of just being authentically you on. Obviously, that's long
Mm.
form content. I don't think either of them have a massive social media presence, do they? Obviously, they've made their names through TV, but if you can try and snippet that up and been able to put it in short form content, then I think you're probably winning if you're
Mm.
able to do that. So
It's
pretty good, mate.
yeah, like you say, it's that example of just you just know they're being themselves. Like you just know, and these guys are actors, right? These are actors. Like so they can put on a performance, but you can tell
Mm.
this is just them. You can tell, like it's just so well done. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant, love it. Anyway, we're going to talk about carnivores today, I believe, Tom.
I've got a few things. We've got to talk about people eating carbs, carnivores, basically, not just normal people.
Mm.
I guess I should talk about I went to the Olympics last week, which was exciting.
Mm.
I went to A&E today. That's
It's always a good place
exciting.
to visit. That's always a good place to visit.
I know, that's really insane. Obviously, people I don't think you can see it on my like you can see a little bit of, like yellow on my eye there. But yeah,
Mm.
went to A&E today because I'm currently still feeling this. I went to eye A&E. That's exciting. I never knew there was an eye A&E. So I
That's
had to
like
go
the,
to
as in
that.
like the round I, not like the letter I.
Yes,
I-A-N-E or
correct.
something
It's not
different.
like Apple based ones.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's like an
and
I.
then just um yeah, so if anybody has had anything in their eye ever, I'm assuming that's every single person that's listened to this podcast. I currently have that sensation, but I've had it for about a day almost. Um, so I had it overnight, and literally when my Garmin had like I was in my bathroom trying to like wash out my eye for like 2 hours essentially last night, and I couldn't do anything. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, just expecting an eyelash to be somewhere. That's normally the case, right? It's just like an eyelash that's
Yeah.
gone in and like wedged somewhere. And you're like, oh, I should just wash it out and I'll be able to pick it off. And like, ugh. And then like after that, like 2 hours, couldn't do anything. I was like, fuck it, I need to sleep. Like I was like, fuck this. It's like nearly 4 a.m. Cancelled my first client because I was like, I'm not getting there for 7. I'm fucked. Like this is really annoying me. So I was like, woke up, went to the pharmacy as soon as I woke up, and then like got some Optrex, which is like I've had before. So like, have you ever had a
Mm.
sty before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you meant to use like Optrex for when you've had like some of that. It's probably for us, it's more like stress and screen orientated, right? So it's just like, ugh. And then you like wash out. I washed out my eye like 5 times. So my eyes are properly clean.
It
So
always amazes me how weak like humans are. Do you know what I mean? Like we can be just down, we can be destroyed and down by the tiniest thing in our
I
eye.
know,
Like
I
you got all
know.
these amazing creatures out there in the world, and we're there like, oh, I've got something in my eye, I can't do anything, can't do my whole day. Not having to go at
Oh,
you,
it's
Tommy.
just
I'm saying, I
like
mean in general, as in the humans, as
just
in
in
like,
general, isn't
we're
it? Like
actually just quite feeble, aren't we, really? Like as a
yeah,
species. It doesn't take
massively.
much to stop us.
And
Like,
then, yeah, so I got that sensation. And then I was just like, I couldn't do anything. The pharmacist was like, look, if that doesn't work, go
take
to
the eye
the
out.
eye,
Take your eye out.
just
Yeah.
take it out, get rid of it, donate it. No, we want this one, it's all scratched. So yeah, I went down to A&E, went in there. That was an exciting place to be. Didn't know it existed. I've never seen a place which is indoors with so many dark glasses on. Obviously, because people were hiding their eyes from everybody else. I was like,
Uh,
what else wrong there?
I never thought
I was
of
like, yeah, it's very odd to say. Obviously, I joined them. I came in without them on. I was like, I'm gonna put these on.
that.
um, yeah, and then yeah, went and saw this lady. I was actually through quite quick, but I did time it. How sad is that? I was like, I'm gonna time from when I check in to when I'm being seen. It was only about an hour. It's okay. I thought that was
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good.
fine.
And then was seen, and then she like reversed my eyelid, which was an interesting sensation.
Oh.
Blech. And then she couldn't fucking see anything. She put some dye in there and was like, obviously to see if there's any scratches or doing anything. And she was like, yeah, I can't see anything. I was like, well, I can fucking feel it. I'm not mental. It's not, I don't want to come here. This is my first time, believe it or not. So yeah, she was like, all right, well, do you have contacts or anything? I was like, no, I don't. Literally nothing. Normally healthy. So yeah. Then she gave me some eye drops and was like, all right, try these 5 times a day for the next week. And then if it doesn't improve, come back. I was like, fine. She did not say, because I have a triathlon on Sunday and I'm meant to be obviously swimming in that. Obviously, I have goggles on, but she didn't say
Mm.
don't do that. But I didn't mention it to her. So I'm hoping it'll be fine for then. I think I'm going to can off swimming tomorrow. I think that's probably wise, but slightly annoying, Daniel. But anyway,
Yeah, that does
that's
sound a bit annoying.
my fun story. So I'm currently, as you're listening to this, the sensation of having a slightly bit of grain of sand underneath your eyelid. That is what I'm living with. Yeah,
Frustrating that. That is annoying.
it is really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm
Not
a
as
little.
annoying though as carnivores claiming that now that they've no longer said that fruit is bad. Apparently, that's the rumor I'm seeing all over social media, Tom.
So so we have Eddie Abu did something nuts, didn't he? He had some honey.
Yeah,
So
pure
he's
sugar.
gone pure sugar and he enjoyed it. He put honey on his steak, as you do.
Stupid.
And then Coach Carnivore Cam had a smoothie.
There's another big carnival. I don't follow him, but I know that someone tagged
Another
him
lad
because they were
did.
saying
Yeah, yeah.
you just copying, and literally the same week, they've all done it.
And it was really, it's almost like they had a big meeting and they were like, right, August, as soon as the Olympics are done, we're going hard on carbs. We're going to switch their thing. And obviously, was it Dr. Ids made he was like, looked at like Coach Carnival Cam's like bloods. And then obviously he had
Mm.
Eddie Abuz, they did bloods as well. And they're both basically pre-diabetic, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
Like,
the thing is like they both the thing
mm,
is that this is the common thing like is that carnivores have always been said, oh yeah, bet your bloods don't look good, bet your bloods don't look good, and then they've done their bloods and then gone,
yeah.
shit.
Oh shit, they don't look good.
Literally like and then they've started putting fruit back in, and it just like it's just painful, man. Because like I said to you before you started, it's like they do this whole like, oh, don't be a sheep. Oh, I get all the sheep all in the comments telling me that I should just follow normal diet, blah blah blah. And then is it just coincidence that three of them all in the same week have just all decided to put it back in after the blood's done? It's like, no, you're
Mm,
being a sheep. You're just following what the fucking carnivores have done. Because the other one was that Carnivore MD, the one in America did it first. He did the same thing. Pure carnivore, and then I'm going to put some fruit in now. Okay, cool, sure, yeah. So what you're actually doing is eating a whole food diet, really. What you're actually doing,
yeah.
and who knows? It won't be long until you fucking start putting veg in there as well. It's just embarrassing. It's just absolutely embarrassing, and like building up all that following of people, and now you're just gonna go, oh yeah, actually, now I'm just changing what I think, what I believe. It's just, you lose all credibility when you do shit like that. I just find it fucking baffling,
Yeah, it's just
absolutely baffling.
he still kind of went on about how he still thought that carnivore was good for healing. And if you've got like gut issues or if you're trying to heal from a disease, that's what you should be doing. And he needed to start to implement carbs for obviously other things. Um, Not to mention performance. I mean, like I posted on one of his things. It's like literally you will PR in every single thing you do as
Yeah.
soon as you enter in some carbohydrates. But isn't he? I'm glad. I'm glad. Am I glad? I'm glad he's just like put in. Is it 100 to 150 grams a day in? I think of carbs. I think
I
he
have
was
no idea.
being a little bit calculated with it because I'd imagine if he went straight in at probably what he should be eating, like 300-ish, he won't be able to stomach that, or he'd be feeling incredibly full.
No.
Um, and now he was just like, all right, carbohydrates are non-essential. We don't need them. It's like, yeah, but you don't need them to live, but you need them to fucking thrive, like to perform.
Yeah.
You need them. Like, it's just no question about it. All the literally, I'm going to guarantee every single one of the Olympians that I saw probably fucking necked up on carbohydrates.
Well, that's kind of what I said. So I kind of posted something on Instagram watching the weightlifters, and I was just like, I bet these lot all fast till 5 p.m. And that's that's the other thing I hate about Eddie Abu that annoys me is it's just like this whole like first meal at 5 p.m. Doesn't make you a fucking hero, mate. Well done. You just eat your first meal, like first meal of the day, 5 p.m. and I eating my eggs. Like, okay, great, great.
Right, it's just
And then now he's come out, I'm not demonizing fruit. And it's just like, mate, you just fucking it just annoys me. But the theory is that again, Dr. Ridge posted about this, that all of a sudden he's losing views, he's losing reach, he's losing all this sort of stuff. So he has to do something different, controversial, like fruit.
yeah.
It's just like that's what he
It's,
wants.
that's the thing over these accounts, though, isn't it? They're going to be that meteoric kind of rise, and then they're going to plateau very quickly.
Happens all
Then
the time.
you have to like make a quick buck, and
Yep.
hopefully they would have invested it somehow. Probably not. And just the longevity is just not going to be there. We know that it's not going to be sustainable because they didn't have sustainable growth in the first time, like for
Yeah.
their social media stuff. Like, they haven't built a kind of relationship and trust, and they've gone, oh, actually, they flipped from my message. It's almost like they'd have to double down on it,
Yeah,
not just
exactly
flip
that.
flop. Yeah,
Exactly that. It's just like you say, it's just for the controversy. That's all they thrive on the controversy. That's what they need in their social media. And that's all they're doing with it. Is the way they're doing it, hoping people go, oh my God, I can't believe any booze eating that. Like we're doing, to be fair, fucking giving them airtime. To be fair, like we're just not doing it on their platform so they get loads of fucking views off the back of it.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just unbelievable. Like oh, it's not unbelievable, is it? It's extremely believable. It's literally what happens all the time.
He annoys me. Eddie Abu annoys me more than Coach Carnival can.
Yeah,
Because he's just bluntly rude about fucking everything. He's just like he's got
yeah.
no manners whatsoever. I'm just like, or just cannot seem to converse in any kind of eloquent way, or like have a decent argument with anybody. You just go, shut the fuck up. I'm like,
Yeah, literally.
cool. We've listened to you. Can you listen to us? No. You're coming onto my page, you're doing this, and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's the
me.
problem.
That's the thing. It's just like he's the epitome of shout the loudest, and like, oh, all right, fuck me. I feel like maybe Cam will see that has seen the error of his ways, and he's like, actually, maybe these guys might be on for something. I'm not improving all my high rock space strength or all this kind of stuff. I'm plateaued totally in the gym for
Oh.
the last 18 months. Oh, really? Okay, cool. Yeah. I suddenly noticed
They're
lots of
just they're just
energy.
this type they're just these type of people that just need they need something to believe in. Do you know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
can't just trust their judgment. It can't be their fault that they ate too much and that's why they bulked too hard and they, all that sort of stuff. Can't be their fault. No, it's because of the sugary processed food. No, you just couldn't fucking stop eating it, mate. That's your fault. Like, stop eating it. Cut it all out. Oh, that'll work. Cut it all out of my diet and go carnivore. No, that's not the answer, is it? And that's the thing with it. It's just these people that are that way, and then as well that with their content they're going to be exactly the same. They're just that all or nothing. Like it's just has to be one way or the other. It can't be anything in between. Again, it's not their fault, someone else's fault. Always blaming something else, and people then latch onto it because you get other people that are the same way. They just want to blame other people all the time rather than looking inwardly. And funny enough, I had a talk this week in the members group about this sort of thing. Is it's just like too many people are just trying to pacify people on Instagram to try and get more followers rather than tell them the fucking truth. That's the problem, like, is that people aren't fucking prepared to look inwardly and they're not prepared to go, it's your fault. They would rather go, oh, just make sure you cut this out of your diet and you'll be fine. Or yeah, it's the government's fault. Or yeah, it's this person's fault. No, it's probably your fault. Like, probably. If there's something going on in your life that's wrong with you and it comes to your health and fitness, it's probably your fault. Like, and these people that are just making this content to blame someone else, and people love it because, oh, it's not my fault then. It's government. It's government's food pyramid. No, it's not, is it? That's not the problem, is it? The government, where did the government say 5,000 calories a day? They didn't. No, they didn't. Yeah, you're right. You're doing that. It's just
Yeah.
that it's that whole thing of like the second that a social media creator puts blame on other people or other things that other people also rage against, they're just going to get popular for a short period of time. Like Eddie Budo's, oh, they're out to kill you. They're out to get you. You know, it's like, okay, brilliant. You're gonna get some other whoppers come and follow you who are fucking, conspiracy theorists who are fat and overweight. They're going to eat a little bit less food because now they believe that the government are in control of the sugar and they're going to lose some weight. Well done. Brilliant. They're in a calorie deficit. Well done. Great work, mate. You got me more protein. And now they're going to preach to their all fucking conspiracy theorist followers or all fucking whack jobs. It's just that. It's just, yeah, it's fucking mental. But there you go. People can't wait to blame something or someone else rather than looking inwardly. And that goes across the board in fucking business as well for those coaches listening who want help with the business.
Takes a victory swib of Evian there.
Damn right. Straight from Paris, mate. Probably.
Straight from Paris. Oh, what a segue. Look, this guy's been doing one of these
Paris.
before. Straight from Paris.
Where is it?
I don't know. They were selling it.
Mountain region. It must be in the Alps, though.
Yeah, it's got to be.
There you go.
Checking the hat.
The thing I love about it, what else I love about their podcast, by the way, is the way that they text each other during the podcast and they type it and you can hear them all like going,
yeah,
send me a text. Who are you talking about? Send me a text. Send a text and you hear it go, beep. Yeah. And then you hear it go, oh, that guy. And you're just like, oh my God, I want to know who it is. Like,
they do, yeah, they do have their like sound and notifications on. It kind of winds me up a little bit, but I'm just like, turn it off.
Yeah, but it also makes part of it though, because you know that they're getting a message about it.
It's like, what is this? Oh, put some music here, mate. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, James, put some music here, please, mate.
Give some sound effects. It's fine. But yeah, I went to the Olympics, Daniel. It was good. It was good as opposed to my hat. I bought two hats.
Yeah.
They both say Paris 2024. Shock. It was fun.
So they should. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. I highly recommend going. Oh, it's over. But yeah, I would highly recommend going to an Olympics because I'm assuming there's probably, well, I'd imagine a fair few of the people who listen to this would have went to London 2012, but I was a very poor student at that time, so I didn't go. Yeah. It was literally the year I graduated, I think, my master's degree. So, I mean, Brentford wasn't quite paying top dollar then to me. So I couldn't probably afford to do much. So I was like, I'm doing all right now. I'm gonna fucking go. Screw it. It was good.
We can't go to the next two, I don't think, mate, because the next two are in
LA,
Los Angeles, and Brisbane.
LA's doable, mate. That'd be fun.
Yeah, should we just go? Let's do some golf while we're at it. Let's get over there, play some golf while we're at it.
The golf's going to change there as well.
They shouldn't be in it. Shouldn't be in it. We've established this. Shouldn't be in it.
Well, if they're going to be in it, it should be. I think it kind of should be amateurs, and it should be teams. It shouldn't be a 4-day stroke play. It should be like male and female teams, like Ryder Cuppy style or knockout Ryder Cup style, over a few days. And I believe that there should be long drive. That'd be cool because there's all this other. There's all this other fucking bullshit that's in there, like, oh, we're going to do battle canoeing, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, all right, they've got certain really like nuanced things of like canoe slalom jumps and stuff. You're like, why can't long drive? Long drive's legit. Like Bryson DeChambeau did it, like Mike Borgmeyer's. They've all got better, like much larger followings than on social media and YouTube stuff than any of these other fucking sports do. So I think that'd be a fucking big win if they did something like long drive. That'd be fucking sick. And there's some big names, isn't there? Like DeChambeau do it, Borgmeyer do it. There'll be some other people that will do it. Yeah, that'd be quite fun. You just got to get a big guy, hit a golf.
Just don't think he should be in it. all. I just think it's a big enough sport. I loved all the track stuff. I loved watching the sprinting, the
Oh,
100-meter
it's so
sprint, the
good.
200-meter
Yeah.
sprinting. I loved even the field events like that. For me, is what the Olympics is about. Like it should be, and that should be more front and center with the footage as well that you see on TV. There's too much of like, oh, we're gonna go here and watch this, and like even like I'm not a fan of the diving necessarily, but I think it should definitely be front and center a part of it because it's such so unique to the sport. I think the swimming as well is really really good. I think it inspires people. It's the stuff like again, it's about basketball. Does that like come on, like really like
Yeah.
it's a big enough sport. And then you see things like handball. I'm like, right, that's what should be in there. Handball instead of basketball. Like, but you don't need both of them, do you? Come on. Like, it's a bit
Yeah.
much. Again, volleyball, I think actually probably okay because I understand it doesn't get much. Again, the archery, the shooting. Again, I think that's all right. But
The
I think they need to
archery is
structure
fucking
it.
nuts. Like
Well, it's not
you
even
see
yeah, the things
the
they are.
perspective of how far they are away is you can't like see it in terms of like on the TV where they just show the archer and next to the
Yeah,
split
because you just
screen
think they're
the
standing
thing
like
you've
that
just
close
gone
to it,
like
don't you?
"Whip," and they're
Yeah,
like fucking football pitch away like
yeah,
it's fucking mad and you're
yeah.
like what yeah that's how far they're going it's
Yeah, I just
crazy.
feel like there's too much. I just feel like there's too much. All right,
Dial
I
it
tell you
down a
what,
bit.
let's go through, Tom. Olympic sports list.
Well, I just want to
You
say,
want to go
like, so
through it?
I went and saw the golf on the Thursday. I saw the athletics on the Thursday night. So I saw Noah Lyles have COVID and still come third. And those guys,
Mm,
seeing those, honestly, I said to Dan before I came on, top three, like, best live things I've ever seen. And that puts it against like music festivals I've been to,
mm,
fucking Champions League semi-finals where Ronaldo scores from almost the halfway line against Arsenal, fucking madness. It was like
yeah.
up there. Like it was so good. I would encourage anybody to go to an athletics meet at the Olympics, even if it's like the day one, if that's what you can get to, because they probably like they snap up pretty quickly. But it was just so I
Mm,
saw the javelin final, the women's long jump final, the 200-meter final, the 400-meter hurdles, women's final, Sydney McLaughlin, absolutely fucking. When you're the best in the world, like these people are the best in the world, and she's winning by like fucking 30 meters. It's fucking
Madness.
insane. It's mad. And then the 110-meter men's hurdles didn't have fucking clue what was going on there.
Mm,
And then like a 1500-meter women's event, like heat semi-finals. It was so good. It was just so interactive. They kept the crowd fucking entertained the whole time. You have a limited, but it gets a bit boring when you're watching it on TV, even though you kind of get into it when you're on TV. You're way more into it when you're there. It's like because there's just stuff happening. You're
yeah.
really into like the person who's coming fifth in the fucking women's long jump because you're like, oh yeah, I hope they get there. Oh, they're gonna clap. Yeah, do this. Oh, they're changing their run up. And they'll be talking about their like history, and the commentators are talking to you all the time. And there's so much
That's
cheering going
cool.
on. So it was good. It was really good. It was very wholesome, I felt, rather than like a football match where it's like obviously very secular, and kind of a very
Yeah.
us versus them kind of thing. Whereas this was like, actually, we don't care who wins. We're going to cheer these fucking phenomenal humans anyway, who've worked
Yeah.
so hard to be there. Yeah,
That's
which
the
was
thing
I
for me
thought
is
was really
it should be
cool.
it should be that celebration of those individual sports where people can come that far and they can push that hard, they can push their body to the limit. Like for me, it's all about
Mm.
pushing the body to the limit. And it's like we said, I don't think golf and tennis is about pushing the body to the limit. There's just not what it's about for me. It's just not important. Whereas when you see what it means to some of these people, like I watched the Bulgarian guy, the weightlifter, get his world record.
Yeah,
The guy looked like
I'm
he was doing
like
a warm up, like
those.
unbelievable.
Like I was watching the weightlifting women, like the over 81s or whatever, the big girls, like,
Yeah,
and they were. He didn't really like with my buddy Nathan. He was like he didn't really have a respect for how much they were lifting. Like these girls are fucking clean and jerking like 180 kilos nearly, and
yeah,
I was like, that's a big deadlift for somebody like us. Like essentially, I would be like
yeah,
pretty strong. And then he was like, "Is it those?" I'm like, "It's fucking in seriously." And then he panned to like Chris Hoy, who obviously he knows. He's like, Chris Hoy was like, "I wouldn't have a fucking hope in doing that, even when I was at my peak, like of getting
yeah.
that off the ground, like for a clean." Chris Hoy, who was like ridiculously powerful,
Mm.
he was like, "Shit, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, those girls are fucking strong." That's in. They're just like, "Look." I'm like,
The
"What?
way
What
they
is
move it,
happening?"
man,
Yeah.
it's frightening how quick
It
they
is
move it.
so frightening, isn't it? It's the ability of
Yeah,
like it's obviously we know that the clean is the easier part, and then just being able to pop 175 kilos over your head. Like, and this, I was like, I can't walk out with like 2/3 of that weight overhead. Just I'd be like,
Yeah.
and I'm in that weight category.
Yeah, fucking mate, crazy.
But which did you see one of it was it on Lad Bible or something like that? There was like two, was it like 1/3 or like 1/4 of like Brits or something like that think if they started training now, they'd be able to be in the Olympics at something.
No, no, they didn't.
Yeah, yeah. So, which begs me to think, Daniel, right now, what are we picking? If we were going to take up a sport today, what could me and you possibly be closest to making the Olympics in? Which
Breakdancing.
sports? We know our girl Ray Gunn was coming on this show. Jesus
Fuck me,
Christ.
man. What would I do? I think
What could we do? What could we have a feasible chance of getting in the team for?
not even close to any of
Nothing.
it.
What are we then to be? I mean, in the most horrible way possible, we could like take off one of your arms or something. And we could.
I'm gonna say something like handball, just because there's that few people that probably play it. The
Would
pool
Britain?
of people is so small that like maybe I'd be able to get closer.
Does
Like
Britain even have a handball like team that's going to qualify?
I'll start one. There you go. I'll start it. But like no one, and I mean no one, can sit there and say that any of those athletic events that they could do it. None of them. None of
No
them.
one.
You got to
Absolutely
pick
no
one of
chance.
those. You've got to pick one of those completely random sports like breakdancing or fucking handball or whatever. Like there's no way on earth any of those track or field events that anyone
Track and
is
field,
getting
definitely.
anywhere close to.
Definitely not. The climbing is absolutely incredible. Some of that was mad.
That kid that climbed up, it didn't even look like there was gravity involved in it.
No,
Like
is it the Japanese kid who was just like flinging himself up that bouldering and stuff like that? It was just
the
like
UK guy won, didn't he?
the UK
He
guy
got the
won,
world
yeah,
record.
but there was like a bouldering one. But he was doing the UK one. He did like the combined event, right? He did top rope and
No idea.
bouldering, and then there was secular to other stuff. They're just like Jesus Christ. But so yeah, synchronized swim, water polo. I don't know. I could have a good
No,
go at
that's
water
hard,
polo.
man.
They're fucking like battering people, aren't they, underneath the ground? It's dirty, isn't it? Dirty
Yeah.
water polo.
But the thing is, it just looks
Um,
like they're standing on the floor, but they're not. They're treading water all the
no,
time, and they look like they're
yeah.
just. Oh, fuck it. Mate, that's the
What
thing for me is
else?
like, I just think that I just come away from it so inspired by the level
Yeah,
of athleticism. That's why I don't like those sports that like golf, like tennis, because I don't look at the sit in the same way and go, fuck me. Because you see it so often, and I've got no reference point with it. But everyone's tried running before.
yeah.
Tennis, I just don't like tennis. Everyone's tried running, everyone's tried swimming, everyone's tried doing the field events. It's just like you realize like just how fucking mental it is. Like when they do the hammer throw, the guy that won the hammer throw got like 82 meters, 84 meters or something. He set the pace from the first throw.
Yeah.
And I was sat there, I was going, how far is 84 meters? And I was like, isn't that like longer than a football field? And like,
I would
yep,
say about the same, isn't it?
pretty
Yeah,
much football field. And I'm like looking like that, going,
yeah. What the fuck? That's as far as Dan can drive is fucking drivable.
yeah, not
Like,
far off, mate. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, I just find it. I just think it's just brilliant. Like, I still like that meme that was going around about the Olympics where you just get given a letter in the post and you have to turn up. I still think
yeah.
that would be quite funny to see as a reference point. Again, like they should just get a random guy to do a 100-meter sprint next to him, just off the street, as a reference point. You know, like you used to play Mario
Yeah.
Kart, you used to get like a ghost like
Yeah,
time
yeah,
trial.
yeah.
You always need that as a reference point to go, wow,
Oh,
okay,
you're like, oh,
they're
these
pretty
guys are
quick.
fast.
Yeah,
They're so
wow, they're pretty
fast.
quick.
He's good though. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
do you know, just took like imagine just taking like Peter Crouch next to him, just see what happens, just see
yeah.
what happens. Would you meet his friend next to him
I hope people can realize the next
or
time
Saka?
that
Do you know what I mean? Even if you've got a
they
quick
do the
footballer,
whole like, oh, Haaland reached the top speed of like these, and you're like, fuck right off, no way. Like then reaching to fucking what Noah Lyles is reaching. He like in that 100-meter sprint, right? They were up at 42 kilometers an hour. Like when I do that on my bike, I'm fucking going at a fair clip. Like that is fast, really fast. I can't hold that for very long. Like that's mad. That's like the average of what a time trial guy like is doing on like an hour time trial for the Tour de France. They're fucking fast. Like it's
crazy.
insane on a bike. And they're running it. Absolutely mental. So what are we going for? We're going for. You're thinking handball. Handball is the one that
I
we
reckon
could get away with.
handball. I reckon
You're pretty good
I'd
at
give it a go.
basketballs,
Yeah,
so
I'll give
you
it a
could.
go. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
you could.
thinking. I think I'll give it a go. I run around a lot. I make myself a
Yeah,
nuisance. Yeah, I'll give it a go. Be
the,
mine.
the Lee Catamol of.
Yeah, yeah. I might get sent off, but no, I'll give it a good go. Just I'll throw some random ones at you, Tom, here to just get you thinking.
Yeah.
Fencing.
Fencing. I've met some of the Olympic fencers before. I
No
went
disrespect to
car.
fencers, but I'm just saying
I
fencing.
did some work with them during my master's degree, and I beat them all at go-karting. So fuck them. Who's the real
Well, there you
champion?
go, mate.
So
Yeah.
I
I mean,
almost almost
I
I
definitely
weighed
wouldn't do
about 20
rowing.
kilos left. That was the only thing.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do rowing. That's one I would not do.
No way, no chance, no.
Squash,
Squash, is that in the Olympics?
apparently, it's on the list. I don't think it's in all of
No.
them. It's on the
No, it must
list.
be in for like certain things. Yeah.
Yeah, table tennis, no way. Those guys are
No, no,
insane.
no, those are good. Yeah, yeah.
Triathlon, Tom? No,
I'm
no
I'm a
chance.
long way from being good at triathlon. I can
Yeah, I
complete
just
triathlon.
there's nothing else.
Uh,
There's nothing else. You know, if I look at these, mate, there's wrestling, weightlifting, no chance, no chance. Cycling, no chance.
yeah.
Canoe, no chance.
Canoe, no. That's just that feels like
Diving, no chance. There's just not a lot of options, mate. I think volleyball, you could probably hide in a team of volleyballers, I think.
I
In a
reckon
big team of
volleyball I
them, you could
could
probably hide.
I've got a pretty good jump, so I think that I could do that.
Yeah.
I can hit a ball. Volleyball might be the
Badminton,
one for
no.
me. Badminton, no chance. You have to be South Asian or Asian.
Yeah, that mate, that's it. I mean, literally looking at these, that is it. I'm
Uh,
taking handball. I'm definitely taking
I
handball.
think I'll take
Hockey.
volleyball. I think I can do that one.
Oh, hockey, hockey. I mean,
I've got a
hockey.
leap.
Again, you can hide. You can
Fuck
hide in
that.
hockey. Again, you could be like a right back in
I
hockey
think
and
you
just
could.
hide.
I think you could hide in hockey, but also like I think that would batter me. Just being in that like hunched position the whole time. I just those guys' backs must be in absolutely treachery, like awful. Don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm
Mm.
gonna go for volleyball. I think I not beach. I don't want to run on sand. I'm gonna go
You don't want a
court
bikini on.
based.
You don't want to put a bikini
No,
on. You don't want to put a bikini on
bikini
and do
and
volleyball. You want to.
not me, mate, not me, not
Yeah,
my scene.
smart, man.
And also like those guys are running on sand, so they're losing a lot of
Yeah.
like traction and yeah off that. So I'm gonna go like
Well, not only that, they might
court.
get a bit of sand in their eye, Tom, and then they might scratch
Yeah,
their eyes. So
man, I'm living proof.
it's probably
Don't do
best you
that.
don't go near
No.
that.
How interesting. Yeah. So I think it was like one third or like a quarter of Brits think they can. Fucking morons.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And
exactly. They're morons.
Andy Murray commented on it. He was like, that explains a lot of posts I get on this fucking platform. It's just
Yeah.
like
Mm.
it was like absolutely insane. Ooh.
So weird.
The, that was odd. Dan just decided to fuck off for 2 seconds, and his
Yeah, I
Zoom
just
went.
got bored of Tom.
I think
Just got
I
bored of
think the
Tom.
Zoom got bored of it. They were like, "You guys fucking still going? What the hell? You only
Still
use this in
going.
half an hour
Yeah.
chunks normally, Daniel."
This is not Chatterbix. So
No,
what are
clearly
we
not.
doing? Yeah.
Right. Anything else we're going to talk about? I feel like we're good about 40 minutes in, surely, give or take. My eye fell out, Chatterbix, Olympics, people need with carbs. That's a lot of content, I
I
feel.
feel like we've gone all through it, mate. Yeah, I feel like we've had a pretty
That's
good episode, mate, honestly.
all of my lists. The only thing I have to say that, yeah, I think like 40, 50 people have downloaded my gym faster. What was I called it? Faster in the
I mean,
gym.
you should know, mate.
Faster 5Ks in the gym. Don't know. All I know is a 17-page document and a 6 week free fucking program. And if you start it now, by the end of it, the combine will be reopened and you can join that. So
There you go.
boom. If you feel
Also,
inspired, anyone.
it's fantasy football this weekend, starts this weekend, fantasy football. So if anyone wants to join the league that me and Tom are in, it's the Biceps and Banter League, but that's because we haven't set up our own. So we'll just join that one. Get your phone out, get the FPL app up, and if you want to, the league code to join is
Catchy
Z.
one, this one.
Yeah, ZIQRLJ. I don't know the
Rolls
whole
off the
like
tongue.
I don't know the whole army alphabet, so I'm not going to give the fucking words for it.
Make up your
Which
own.
one
Make up
join?
your own. So
Yeah, Zebra Igloo, Queen Romeo,
just
Lima.
use one of Isabel's old like alphabet
Yeah,
books of like
Jeep.
xylophone. Yeah, it's fun.
That's fine. I'll do that. If you want to join, yeah, come join. Come join it. More the better, so I can
Yeah, come
beat more
join.
people.
Well, you need to, yeah.
I'm going to beat more people this year. I'm
Did
determined
Mike
to win it this year.
did Mike beat you last year?
No, I beat him.
No. Did I beat you last year?
I think you might have.
I think I
I
did.
think you fluked your way up. I think. I can't remember this year.
Fluked? How dare you?
I'm taking it seriously this year, so it's fine.
You were very much more invested in. I was more invested. I've got another league which is a draft based system, and I actually get prizes in that one. So, do you know? Would you want? So in my other league, it's so we have to draft our players, so not everybody gets all the same fucking teams. And I won it by a fucking country mile, boys, if they're listening, last year.
Mm.
And I get a signed John Egan piece of, I don't know, thing,
That's worth a lot.
memorabilia. So whoever wins gets that presented by the person who comes last. They have to buy it and give it to the winner. So I get some John Egan. This year, the player is Taiwo Anwoni, I believe, the striker from Nottingham Forest. So I'll be looking forward to getting a piece of memorabilia signed personalization from him this year
Does sound
on
good,
my win. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna toot my own horn on this, Dan. I'm quite good at these fantasy things.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna beat you again. That's no. You're getting like Dan gets in his own head a little bit, and he'll keep chopping and changing too much when he should go with his gut. He should play fantasy football more like his golf, where he's just like fucking go and hit it. Whereas I should do the other way around, probably.
Well, maybe I will do that
Trust
this
my
year.
judgment.
Maybe I'll do that this year. See, won't we?
I'm just
Put some money on it, mate. We have to put some money on it.
I'm gonna like doctor some like pages, post some like draft and be like, yeah, you should really get Zirkic in or like this other guy.
Kurt Zuma's a shoe in at centre back.
Like, oh, great, yeah. Oh, start my own fantasy channel. Cool. Right, there's no other business, I think, apart from Dan. You can abruptly leave now, mate, if you really want to. So we're wrapping this up. I thought you actually going to do that. All right, guys.
I'll just wait. I'll go see you later at the end, just to keep
wonderful. We have a podcast with one of my wonderful clients, Clara, coming out next week, all about like exercise psychology and her dream gym day. So obviously that will be our episode next week, in case we're not talking about anything current, because we've already recorded it because we're so ahead of the game. And we're back from our summer break. Lovely. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next week.
See you later.